What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dice House and their DCUO commentary. Bringing this video today. First off, I want to tell you guys real quick, preamble this whole video right now. The gameplay that you guys are watching, this is an old video, so don't really pay attention to what I'm doing here. What this video is about isn't about the gameplay that you're watching. It's more about the message I'm trying to convey to you all, because this is something that, it's starting to become an epidemic in my mind. And I think it's something that needs to be taken care of, and that is the whole thing with cyberbullying, online harassment, and the effects that it has not just on the victims themselves, but on the gaming community as a whole. Because I really think that gamers themselves are allowing we're allowing this small minority of people out there who are willing to just commit these acts of cyberbullying harassment. We're allowing them to dictate how we play our online games, not just with DCUO, but other games and all that. I mean, you go on YouTube and anywhere you can find trolling videos, people messing with people in the voice chats and everything like that. And some of them can be funny at times, because I mean it is joking around, and most of the times those people let those guys know, hey, look, didn't mean to get you upset and everything. Just messing around because I'm doing a video for YouTube and everything. And for most of the time, none of those guys really take it too far. At least not to the extremes that others, even smaller groups of people, actually do. If you guys are wondering exactly what I'm talking about, all I need to do is point you in the direction of the Amanda Todd situation, and what took place with that. I'm sure most of you guys already know who Amanda Todd is. She was a young girl from Vancouver, Canada, who ended up committing suicide because she was being cyberbullied. She admittedly, yeah, she made some mistakes with her online interactions with people, but those people ended up taking it to an extreme, far beyond any morally decent individual would, and made a target out of her, not just for their own purposes, their own sick and twisted, demented purposes of trying to, bully somebody, but they made her a target for everybody like that she went to school with. And because she went through this for so long and with no real way of combating it and everything, she ended up committing suicide. And I'm not saying that suicide is an escape. I do not support anybody seeking to commit suicide as an escape from their problems, but it's obvious this poor girl, she felt like she had no other choice. And that's extremely unfortunate, because I'm sure she did have other choices, but she just got pushed into that corner. She got pushed into that corner to where she felt like she had no other escape from this harassment, from this cyberbullying, and she ended up committing suicide. Even most recently, a young girl, also from Canada, Ratea Parsons, just recently committed suicide. She was a victim of an alleged gang rape. And I say alleged because the individuals that were accused of raping her have not been tried, and it doesn't look like they're going to be. But not only was she a victim of this, but she was also a victim of cyberbullying. These images of her being posted on the internet and stuff. Um, and it's just another example. I mean, and there's of course that leads led a lot of people to think about what's been going on in Steubenville, Ohio, with the Big Red football team there. Steubenville isn't really that too far from where I live. So I mean, I actually know this town. I know the reputation of football towns, especially in Ohio. I mean, anybody in Texas out there knows how football towns are. We're kind of like that up in Ohio too. Football players can tend to get away with whatever they want to sometimes, and that seemed to be the case in Steubenville as well. Young girl was supposedly drugged, and she was sexually assaulted by multiple people, and that's the thing too. These are kids. These are kids that are doing this stuff. A lot of people, say, where were the parents at and everything like that. And I wonder that too. As a parent myself, I wonder where these kids' parents were at, and try and figure out exactly, what, kind of morals are they teaching their kids and everything. But I think part of the problem is not just with parents not raising their kids properly. I think part of the issue is the anonymity of the internet. We live in the age. I've made comments about this before. We live in the age of the keyboard warriors, where everybody is 6'5", 250, sitting there behind their keyboard, no matter what their age is. And the thing that baffles me the most is a lot of examples. We see these kids doing this stuff with this cyberbullying, but a lot of other examples I've seen of cyberbullying are like grown ass men who should know better. People not much younger or older than me are practicing this stuff, going around like cyber bullying people, harassing people. I'm sure all of us playing DCUO, we've seen it multiple times in the game. You see, or you've been in a raid group, or in a PvP group, where somebody in the on their mic is just screaming at somebody because they're not doing something right. They're not putting out enough power. They're not healing enough. Tank's not holding aggro. DPSs aren't burning down the ads fast enough. People just screaming and yelling at people, belittling and harassing them to no end. It's getting ridiculous. And I honestly think that something needs to be done, not just by game developers or law enforcement agencies, but I think us as a community, we need to do something about this. We need to do something about this because we see it every day. We are the ones that are on the game all the most. I'm not sure how many GMs like DCUO has that are in there keeping eyes on the chat and everything like that, or anything. I'm not sure exactly how they are going about policing the chats and stuff like that, but us as players, us as the gamers ourselves, all right, we are on the game. All right, well, when some of us, may be on for only an hour, at a time, or in a week, some of us may, be on like 6 hours a day. But we are the ones that are there. We are the ones that see this and all that. And when we see it, I think we as a community, we need to stand up to it. We need to do something about it as a community. So that's what I'm making this video about. I want you guys to join in with me on this, because this is something I'm going to do. And I was saying, I'm going to have a lot of people who I'm classified as my haters and all that. And some of you guys know who some of them are. Some of them are going to come out of the woodwork on this. I guarantee it. They're going to come out and they're going to bring up past instances of myself. Honestly, where I have stepped over the line, and I admit my fault in those things. They are things that have happened long in the past. They are things that I am not proud of. I do deeply regret and apologize for. Things that I've said in the past to certain individuals. I've got no excuse for them, other than the fact that this is my continued effort to do better. And I'm sure all of us have been there at least once, where we've let our anger slip away from us, and we've said things we did not really mean to say or did not intend. It's still I still look back on especially one incident with I'm actually kind of disgusted with myself the way I acted. And it's definitely one of my lower moments playing this game. It's not something I am proud of, but it is something that obviously, because it keeps getting brought up, it's something I'm going to have to continue to apologize for until people just let it go. But that being said, all right, I've made my mistakes and I'm owning up to them. I'm apologizing for them, all right, but I'm trying to do better, and I think us as a community, we can do better too. So, join me in this effort here to, try and stomp out this cyberbullying, this harassment that takes place not just in the game, but it carries in outside of the game too, and other, like community chats or forums or what have you, YouTube videos, stuff like that. It's got to stop. I mean, personal attacks, people bringing up, personal life issues, uh, putting out, people's personal information and everything like that in a deliberate attempt to harass them or humiliate them, which is, according to, several, states and, legal organizations, it's illegal. I mean, it is straight up illegal for you to use any internet service or mobile technologies and or web pages or discussion groups for the intention of harming another person. With this stuff. I mean, if you're doing it to intimidate, control, manipulate, put down, falsely discredit, or humiliate the recipient of this stuff, the target of these things, it's illegal. It's a criminal act. All right, but until law enforcement agencies catch up with the enforcement of these things, it's up to us right now. It's up to us right now. So join me in this effort, at least with DCUO. And if anybody out there playing other games and all that can, want to get involved in this, please, I encourage you to do this on other games as well. Start reporting these people. You see if somebody is harassing or bullying you, start reporting them to the customer service. All right, with DCUO, I mean, all you have to do is tap in /report the character's name, the player's name, all right, and then a brief description of what they're doing and all that, and that saves that, queues up that chat log right there of what they said, and then go on to their forums. Go on to the official forums for DCUO. Go to DCUniverseOnline.com, click on support, and you go there and you fill out a support ticket. All right, fill out a support ticket. Explain and describe everything that happened. All right, everything that you saw, everything that this individual said to you, and report this individual. All right, it may take a few times. I mean, it's this that individual, depending on their history on the game. Whether they've been reported before or not, it may take a few times, depending on exactly what they said, what their record is, on the game as far as being reported. It may take a couple of times before the message gets across to them that they need to, square their act away. And if they don't, eventually, I mean, they're going to be banned from the game. I mean, they may face a couple of suspensions here or there, but if they don't stop, if they don't clean up the way they act, I mean, because in the end, they are responsible for themselves. Not for even if you may say something that gets them going or gets them started, you're responsible for your own actions on the game. All right, nobody else is responsible for what you say or do on this game. You are yourself. All right, so. To the people out there who are actively harassing and bullying people on there, I mean, I mean, you're responsible for your own actions. I say we start holding these people responsible for them. Start reporting people. If you're getting harassed in the game, report the individual. If you see somebody else getting harassed in the game, and I see it a lot, I see it in shout versus, all the time. People getting harassed. Somebody asks a question and all that. They may be a new player to the game. They ask a question, and all of a sudden, somebody comes out of the woodwork. Somebody comes out and it says, "Oh, you gotta do this, you noob." I mean, and obviously it gets worse than that. It gets a lot worse than that. I've seen horrible things said to people on this game. Report them. Report them. Do the same procedure I just said. /report that individual's name, harassment, or bullying, or whatnot, and then go to DCO's main site and fill out a support ticket and report these individuals. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. I mean, we're better than this. The vast majority of us don't act like this. All right. Don't let a few bad apples ruin your gaming experience or others' gaming experience. All right. If there's anything that we as a community can do about it, this is it. All right. I'm curious to know what you all think. I really want to know what you guys think about this and everything like that. If you've been a victim of this stuff and all that, don't be afraid and all that. Come out and share your story in the comments below. And also with sharing. I mean, if you agree with me on this, share this video. On Facebook or Twitter, send it back out there and all that. Share it with your friends and all that. Let's let's, as a community get more people involved, come together, and make this happen. Make this happen. Let's help clean up the game and make it a more enjoyable and fun place for everybody to play. All right, but like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, please do so by giving it a thumbs up. If you really like the message I'm trying to convey here and the call to action that I'm making and all that, by all means, please favorite, share the video, wherever you may share videos at or content with and all that. By all means, please do so. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Until next time, you guys all take care. Bye.